What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm just going to do a real quick review about the 2020 Sunday Primer. Now it's important to know that this is a super entry-level bike, so it's only for beginners. If you're not a beginner, get out of here, go watch the Type R review, the Devotion review, something else. If you're doing mid-level tricks already, you're going to destroy this bike really quick. So I'm going to get right into it though. So this is one of my older reviews, and the structure on the website's a lot different than the newer structure. So when the 2021 line comes out, the website review is going to be a lot better than this current one. However, it still has a lot of the good information. So some of the specs are, it has a Sunday Freeze stem, which is my all-time favorite stem. It's a stem that I had, I don't know, I got it probably 3 years ago and it's still going. It's on my other bike, and it's a really strong stem. So it's cool that they put this on there. Granted, it's only like a $30 stem, but it's super cheap, super strong. And then it's only $369. This is definitely a huge highlight because it's so affordable for people to get into the sport with it. And the last highlight is that it comes in 5 different colors. Most complete bikes you can only get in maybe 1 or 2 colors. This one comes in 5, and some of them are super flashy, super bright. It says, yo, I just got this new bike. So the colors are matte lavender, gloss hot pink, gloss toothpaste, black, and surf blue. There'll be pictures up here somewhere. I don't know where I'm gonna put them, probably over my face. Let's see. So the overview, Sunday says that the 2020 Sunday Primer is a serious starter bike at a seriously great price. It's built around pro-level geometry in a range of top tube sizes. The primer is spec'd with quality parts like the Odyssey Springfield brakes and Path Pro tires. The 2020 Primer also includes a fully sealed rear cassette hub and proven parts like the freeze stem and the FSA headset. So something you need to be careful of when you're getting this bike, it's a beginner bike, and if you're riding at a mid-level or a high level, you're going to break it really fast. And that's because the frame is only high tensile steel, which means it's the weaker version of metal that BMX companies use to make bikes. The mid-level or high-level riders really should find something with full chromoly that's going to last them a lot better. Another thing to look out for is the Sunday Primer fork, because it's just chromoly, and I literally saw a kid at the skate park 3 days ago, I think, and his forks, I don't know how I could bend my arm like this, but like, okay, so imagine my hands, the forks, right? Normally like this. His forks are like this. And I was like, yo, you need to be careful. Like, your steering is all messed up. Anyway, high tensile steel forks, you case something, they bend out like that. That's just what happens. It's also got the high tensile steel bars. So you throw your bike, you get mad, or you bail, and the bars, this part that you hold on to, bends down. That's another thing that happens with the high tensile steel bars. Other than that though, for a beginner it's fine because you're just learning those basic tricks like 180s, pull-up bars, X-up rides, bunny hops, and things like that. So you're not gonna thrash this bike, and that's why it's really good to get to start out with. I'm gonna go over the specs just to kind of make sure that you understand how these specs are gonna affect your riding. So the primer comes in 4 different top tube sizes. You need to choose from a 20 inch, a 20.5 inch, 20.75, or a 21 inch. So it's got 4 different options for like every size rider. And if you need help figuring out what size top tube is right for you, I have a size guide on my website. Just go over there, you click on how tall you are, and it tells you exactly what size you need. Now the chainstay length is 13.2 to 13.5 depending on the top tube. So 13.2 is going to give you more stability. Like manuals, you're not going to loop out as fast. You're going to be able to bunny hop a little higher. And same with the 13.5. So in that aspect, the bike is really good. It's long enough that it's gonna make like 720s and those crazy, really responsive tricks, they're gonna be a lot harder on this bike. However, you don't need to worry about that. Head tube angle is 75. It's just an average head tube angle. It's not any steeper or mellower than other head tube angles. Actually, I'm going to talk about the bar size. They've got 9-inch rise bars and 28-inch wide. So 28.5 inch, I like that width. Some people go more narrow just to make bar spins easier. But if this was a 30, I'd say, hey, this is going to be impossible to bar. However, 28.5, it'll be really good for you. The 9-inch rise, that's what I ride. I love 9-inch rise. You have a lot more control and leverage when you're pulling up the bike, so it's going to make hops easier and every trick that requires you to pull up the bars, so almost everything. And it weighs 25.7 pounds. This is with no pegs, and that's a super light bike. I remember when I was trying to get my first bike, and I think we were looking at 27 or 28 pound bikes, and that seemed light at the time. Getting a brand new complete bike for 25 is super light. You can't go wrong with that. Some of the frequently asked questions. Is it worth the price? Now, I did a review about some bikes in 2020 that don't suck, and I put this on the list. Not because it's crazy good quality, but because it's actually a good price for what you get. I've seen a lot of bikes that are around this quality for closer $400 or $500. So where this one's only $369, it's actually worth the price. Now, not all bikes like this, this low-end bike, not all of them are worth the money. However, in my opinion, this bike is. What tricks can you do with it? So for this bike, you can do the basics. You're going to want to work on bunny hops, toboggans, 180s, X-up rides, pull-up bars, maybe bar spins if you really want them. I count that as a mid-level trick, but a lot of people want that as their first trick, and I don't see why you wouldn't be able to on this bike. The thing you don't want to do, you don't want to send whips, because the back end of the frame and the single wall rims are going to bend, and you don't want to send big gaps. You don't want to do huge threes down stair sets, and maybe even 360s over time will bend it. However, 3 taps are okay. Some of the bad things about the bike are the fact that it's high tensile steel and it's not full chromoly. What kind of rider is it for? This bike's for a rider who wants to just test out the sport. A lot of times your friends have BMX bikes and they said, hey, get a bike. So you need a bike like this. You just need to get something, get cruising, feel it out, see if you like the sport. If you like the sport, you progress a lot, you want to take it to the next level, then you look at a more expensive bike. Now, if you're 100% sure you want to go pro right away, definitely I'd recommend a very expensive pro level bike that's going to last you a very long time. However, most riders aren't in that boat. They're going to ride through middle school, some of high school, they're going to get a car, a girlfriend, then they quit riding. So if that's you, this is a perfect bike, and it's at a great price. You can convince your parents, hey mom, it's my birthday, this bike's only $369. This guy says it's pretty good for me, can I get it? And so that's the Sunday Primer. It's, in my opinion, a great bike for the price, really affordable, and perfect for new riders. Alright, so I really hope I was able to help you guys out, help you understand more about the 2020 Sunday Primer. I think it's a great bike, and if you want to read more about it, I have a full review out on my website, where I touch on a few things that I missed in the video. Now, if you want to keep watching video reviews from me, somewhere around here will be a playlist. You can just click on it and it's going to play through all the video reviews that I've done so far. And if you want to stay up to date, I'm going to be pumping out a lot more videos, video reviews, and everything like that. Make sure you subscribe so that you get notified when a new video comes out. And that's all. Thanks guys. Have a good one.